we celebrate Construction Safety Week. At Callahan, safety is more than just checking boxes. It's a collaborative relationship between our project teams and safety department. Today we sit down with General Superintendent Tony Buckman and Safety Specialist Ryan Wessling. Let's get into it. First question to you guys, a strong safety culture, how do we achieve it?
Yeah, a strong safety culture definitely starts in the pre-planning process where we sit down with all the Callahan personnel involved in the project and set expectations, and from there it's just daily teamwork and communication with the trade partners, their competent persons, and everyone involved in the project to make sure that safety is a priority throughout.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a top-down effort too. So if you have people at the top of the food chain that really buy into safety, it helps. When you have a good idea or something that makes sense, and it really does make sense to do as far as, hey, this is safer, this is a better way to do it, it's more efficient, more effective, and you have the top-down people at the top of the ladder to back you up, then it's really going to help that effort.
Tony, could you speak just a little bit to how important it is to have a strong foundation at the beginning of jobs when it comes to safety?
Oh yeah, for sure. When you start a job off on a good foot, whether it's schedule-wise, money-wise, safety-wise, it's always good to be able to flow. It's easier, natural progression to move through that project. If you tolerate bad behavior from day one, it's tendency of people to continue that bad behavior. So if you set that tone early and you establish the foundation, the base work of a safety culture, a true safety culture on that project, moving forward it becomes easy, right? It's second nature to the people if you've established that very early in the project.
Smooth sailing once you set the tone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So tell me a little bit more about that safety culture, because at Callahan we want to set a standard across all our projects. So between you two, what are some examples on projects how Callahan's making the difference?
Yeah, I think it's just communication between all projects. Like from Maine to New York, we're constantly communicating between safety personnel, the safety department, as well as superintendents and project managers, just to see what works and what doesn't work, and meeting bi-weekly on anything that has happened that we can improve on.
Yeah, and it's not just the paper plans that show it, whether it be JHAs or your whole safety manual. It's the communication at the field level that matters. We do daily huddles. The JHAs and putting those into practice with pre-task planning out in the field, that's really going to make the difference. It's not just, oh, we have a safety culture. It is. It's part. It's instilled and ingrained in the people out there in the field, and that's what really.
Are you guys getting buy-in from our trade partners on site?
Yeah. Again, when it becomes second nature, it's easy. So the buy-in happens early, and they go from one Callahan job to another, and they have that same experience. It's not a new learning curve, right? Mm-hmm. So they're able to not establish themselves every single time they go to a new job. They've already arrived, right? They know what's next, they know what's coming, and they know what our expectations are as a company.
Can you guys walk us through the process of how does safety planning start from day one? What's the first thing you guys think about? What's the first thing you guys look at when you walk onto a new job site?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we walk on a job, the first thing we see is the Callahan scrim and fencing. So you start before you even enter the project. Walk in, make sure that the scrim is set up, the fence is good, and then from in there you're having tracking pads. That way we're not leaving dirt for our neighbors, being good neighbors. And from there it's making sure we are setting expectations and listening to what our plan is from the beginning.
Yeah, we have a pretty robust pre-construction division, so day one here isn't necessarily boots on the ground day one. Day one is day -100, right? And when we're actually in the office planning the stuff, we're looking at overhead wires, we're looking at potential utilities underground, issues that you may not see on paper plans. We're putting boots on the ground prior to starting the project to make sure that there's any safety issues that we're thinking about that we can abate or at least have workarounds for.
Tony, could you talk a little bit about how coordination happens in that respect between the safety team and the field office team?
Oh yeah, that's nonstop. As much as I hate to say it, I talk to the safety guys, director, the managers probably 6-7 times a week. bouncing ideas off each other, questions, hey, did you see this? Or hey, can you look out for that? It's constant communication, and it depends on the project, depends on the level of the severity of an issue, who you're talking to, but they're a great resource. It's not just the safety stuff too, they're part of the Callahan brand and the company. They help out in many ways, so it becomes more organic, where it's not, oh, Ryan's out on site today, let's hide and try to make this issue go away, or pretend that this safety hazard over here doesn't exist. He's out there to help the team and help find the issues before they are issues. So
It's a team effort, and everyone has a good working relationship with each other, and the coordination becomes a value aspect.
yeah, it becomes more of a conversation than, it's not adversarial, right? We're talking, we're collaborating, we're talking about what really matters and not trying to hide stuff from each other, and it becomes a good collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, that day -100, we're meeting out on site before we even have fencing or scrim up or a project trailer. We're meeting out on site to see about the power lines or the railroads that are on within the vicinity of our project scene, and coming up with a plan, getting everyone through training and making sure that we're all aware of what we need to abide by and what the standard is.
We talked about setting a standard and going from job to job. So, I mean, do you guys have any lessons learned that have helped you continuously improve from project to project?
Yeah, we actually have a lessons learned bi-weekly, where we just sit down and go over any incidents that happen on site and how to prevent them in the future. That's been super important for just communication throughout the projects. We've always communicated, but it's been phone calls, and you might miss a point or two that we should have really hopped on by the third or fourth phone call, right? So we get everyone involved at 7:30 on every other Friday, just go over the incidents and the key points and how to prevent it in the future. It was one of the reasons too that NESB started wearing cut level 4 gloves, right, to prevent hand lacerations.
Yeah, the goal is not to repeat those, right? So if we see a trend, which was the hand lacerations, we see a trend in certain incidents, we want everyone to know about that, to keep eyes on it, keep out after, hey, this is what the heightened focus is right now, slip and falls, right, when it's winter, right? So having those lessons learned calls and learning from what issues we may have had before. There's other things too with the continuous improvement, is we have our certain standards too, for safety, for building, for everything. And just as much as the loading zone, it's been in place since 2018. It's probably changed 7 times. Not changed holistically, but small little changes, because, hey, this doesn't make sense. The bull anchor's the wrong orientation. That's not how, right? All the little changes, just continuously improving, it just happens naturally. So it's working out pretty well.
Tony, to stick to that point with continuous improvement and lessons learned, from the start of your career in construction to your role now, how's your perspective on safety changed, if at all?
You know what? It has changed. This is a good question. Having kids changes it, right? Because you have a greater meaning in life and what you come home to. It certainly changes when you walk into a job and you have an option to walk under that load being lifted up into the building or walk around it. You know what, this probably isn't worth the risk. I'm going to walk around. It's an extra 2 minutes.
I was going to say, we call that risk management.
Yeah. at the human level. Yeah. So yeah, my safety awareness has certainly changed as you grow in your career, as you mature, but certainly as you have different life events that happen outside of work.
So, I mean, the theme of Construction Safety Week is all in together. And you know, there's that purpose, that why you're being safe, but what about as a team? What does all in together mean to you guys?
That's another one, right? That's another one of our core values.
Yeah.
It's a teamwork thing, and it's not just safety, it's everything. If you're in it together, it's a lot easier. Nothing's done alone. You come to find out that it's not a one-man show, right? And if the current's going this way, and you're in a boat and you're in that current and you're going together with the guys that you're with, the girls that you're with, it's a heck of a lot easier that way. So that's not just safety, it's kind of instilled on everything we do. And now when you bring it to safety, it's a whole new level. It makes it easy. It makes it, like I said earlier, it makes it second nature.
Yep.
But yeah.
Bought into the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think to your point too, Tony, it's just yeah, I'm on site for safety. That's my job description, that's my role, but I'm not only looking at safety things. If there's something that worked better on one job that is coming up on the next, so I'm going to bring that up and make sure the superintendents are aware of that.
Teamwork, right? It goes above and beyond, right? So it's more than just safety.
Ryan, real quick to you, what made you want to get into safety?
It was always important, I guess, growing up, like doing miscellaneous things around the house or helping out my dad or something. But so then you look into the amount of incidents and the amount of deaths and fatalities in construction, and it's jaw-dropping, it's staggering, and it's kind of doing whatever we can as a company to minimize that as best as possible. Something
I know Adam talks about a lot is, yeah, there's incidents that happen on site, but another part of safety is mental health, and you know, part of being a team, being there for each other. You know, if you notice something's off about someone, you know, you're part of a team. He's one of your guys. She's one of your girls. You know, she's part of the team too. So, how in that aspect are you guys kind of like keeping each other safe on the mental health side?
Yeah, I mean, if we interact with each other daily, whether it's trade partners or superintendents, project managers, like, we're always interacting, so you can kind of get a sense if something's happening or something's going on at home. So it's just checking in, hey, how you doing? Like, it doesn't have to be super in-depth, but it can be.
Thank you guys for sitting down with us. It was great to get your perspective on safety, and you know, Safety Week is more than just 1 week a year. It's a initiative that we take seriously year-round. So
it's more than just 1 week a year, and it's unfair to Safety Week. I don't think it should be a thing, right? They have this month, this week, this day, burrito day. Like, you can eat burritos every day. Same thing with safety. I think it's unfair to have it Safety Week because every day is the same as far as the priority level of what safety is. I picture an injury. Say you cut a finger off, you hurt your back. It's more than just that day or that week it impacts you. It impacts your life. It impacts your lifestyle. You become miserable if you can't function the way you functioned before getting injured. So yeah, I think it's more than Safety Week. It's a safety culture, right? And it's a full-time gig.